Hi, I'm Samantha Isdale. I'm a marketing director at Ontotext in North America. And today I'm really excited to have Monty Hussain from Queen's University talking to us about his experience with target discovery. So thanks so much, Monty, for joining today.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Monty. I'm a second-year master's student in Dr. Lois Mulligan's lab at Queen's University in Canada, and delighted to be here and share a little bit of our experience.
So, just starting with what were your goals when kicking off with target discovery?
Right. So our main sort of focus with research in the lab is on a receptor tyrosine kinase called RET, and what we're trying to understand is sort of better understand its role in cancers and how it mediates different processes in these cancers. And one approach that we use is using these genome-wide sort of large screens to help us identify candidates that we can then validate. And so our one big problem that we actually face with these large data sets is that building a good enough rationale for prioritizing certain candidates is going to be difficult, especially when you have hundreds or even sometimes thousands of genes, right?
Yeah.
And so our main goal was to sort of shortlist a few candidates with good enough rationale. And the biggest problem we were facing is that that's really time consuming and it would be resource heavy to actually go in and individually validate some of these. And so when Mina, which is actually a former student of Dr. Lois Mulligan, approached us with Martina about using target discovery platform, we sort of immediately jumped at that opportunity because it can help us streamline candidate validation and sort of pick certain candidates that we can prioritize.
No, that's amazing. So, with that, how has your experience been so far? Has it met or exceeded your goals? Tell me a little bit more about that.
Right. So it's actually been phenomenal. It's been a great experience. We initially thought we'd just plug in a set of genes and then we'd get these results and go and validate them, but it's actually reached far beyond that. The platform has all these little tools that we can actually use to better prioritize candidates or build a better rationale. And integrating all these tools sort of alongside our main platform, which is the rank search that we actually used, helped us not only build a set of genes that we wanted to pursue, but also come up with really good rationale for pursuing them. Yeah.
That's great. And with that, have you had any specific metrics that you can say it saved you time, accelerated time by X%, anything that you can share there?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So if we were going to manually do this, going from these large data sets to actually picking out a few candidates manually, it would take us at least a few weeks to go through literature, compile other resources to help us identify candidates, etc. And so it would have been very time consuming, but I think it was within a few days or on a time span of days, we were able to set up the platform, upload our gene list, and then actually get a list that we can actually go and validate. So it shrunk it down from a time scale of weeks, maybe even a couple of months, down to a few days that we were able to actually have results that we can start working with. So that was
Wow.
phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's great
Yeah.
to hear. And how has this impacted research that you all are doing?
Right. So it's allowed us to unlock new patterns of thinking. So usually we're limited by what we know. And so we go and pursue certain lines of questions, for example, based on prior criteria, etc. But it's sort of with target discovery, the ability for it to sort of compile everything that's out there in terms of literature, data sets, etc., and provide a sort of unbiased sorting of our candidates has been really valuable. And so it's taken our research from sort of small scale user guided input to the sort of AI driven large scale prioritization of candidates, which has been phenomenal.
Great. Well,
Yeah.
that's wonderful to hear. And I'm curious, what has been the process working with Ontotext?
Well, the process from the get-go was super easy. It was friendly. It was nice. Right from the introduction, we got this nice orientation. So we were introduced to the platform, what it can do for us, and if it was something that we wanted to pursue, which we did end up pursuing. We had a nice orientation, and so they showed us how to use everything. There were videos that were provided to us on how to actually use each tool and how to optimize each tool. And everything on the platform was sort of very useful, user-friendly. And I would say support was phenomenal. So every week we'd have meetings, and we'd go over sort of things that or problems or challenges we were facing. And anytime we had a challenge, they would be right there to solve it. So they would give us ideas on how to solve it or how to overcome it. And so it's been nice all throughout. Right from the start, we had all the support we needed. It was easy to sort of upload all the criteria, all the genes, and sort of compile all the resources we need to answer our specific research question, which was great.
Awesome. So glad to hear that. And I'm curious too, were there any surprises that came up as we were working together?
Well, the biggest surprise to me was just how customizable the platform is. So initially I thought it was a sort of a one sort of thing fits all, right? But the further we got into it, the more customizable I realized it is. So they can actually adapt the platform for any user case. And that was great for us because we can then answer specific research questions just by changing the platform a little bit. And that was really surprising because usually tools online would be whatever's there is all you get, right? And that's all you have to use. But with this, you can sort of adapt it, and there's continuous support to help you adapt it, which was great to answer, again, different research questions that we had along the way. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that too. And I'm curious your thoughts on how you think this can help other researchers.
Oh, yeah. No. So it would be a great tool. So when I think of target discovery, I think it'd be such an integral part of every workflow. So I find myself now on a daily basis having it as a tab that's always open on the side as I'm doing my work. And it's something I'd always go and refer to because there's always a tool that I need in there that's going to be super useful. Whether that's a literature search, looking for patterns that I can use whenever I need to look something up quickly or build a rationale for something, I can just go use the tool, get the information I need, and within minutes, I'd be able to sort of build enough rationale to guide my research. And so, again, I think it's just an integral part of every workflow, I think, for daily use. Yeah.
Great. Well, I hope that all of this, our conversation today, really helps anyone else who may be looking into target discovery. And if they have any questions, I definitely encourage them to reach out and connect with us directly. But Monty, thank you so much for your time today and
Absolutely.
really appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.